What's going on, YouTube? Reezon back once again with part 2 of my TNA March 8th Impact live review. Where I left off in part 1 was the Pope D'Angelo De Niro being interviewed backstage by Christy Hemme about his upcoming match with Desmond Wolfe. And as he starts doing his promo, he gets jumped by Desmond Wolfe right there on the spot. Desmond Wolfe goes to work on him and he bashes him right on the ankle with that ankle that he's been playing out for the last week or so since AJ and Flair attacked him. He bashes him right on that bad ankle with a metal chain, and as a result, leaves him there crippled, and the match that they have is canceled. From there, we go to. I'm sorry, I lost my place in my notes. Okay, then we see Sting making his way to the ring. He's walking down the steps from the rafters with the baseball bat, heading toward the ring, and they go to a commercial break. When they come back from the commercial break, Sting's music hits. After Mike Tenay and guys, do their talking and all that, Sting's music hits. He makes his way to the ring, and the fans cheer him. The fans cheer him because even though he's doing a good job right now, I mean, last night he did a hell of a job playing a heel, just vicious in his attacks and in his facial expressions said it all. But he's Sting, so they're gonna cheer him. He's just like AJ Styles. Even though AJ's a heel right now, those are the type of wrestlers that you can make them heels because they're great, especially Sting. He's awesome on the microphone. People like that, you can make them a heel, but they're so beloved by the fans that they will only get booed when they do the heelish actions. When their music hits, when they talk, when they wrestle, all that, they're gonna get cheered unless they say or do something heelish. That's when they will get blasted by the fans. So the fans cheer him. He comes to the ring. He's standing there holding his bat, waiting to see who his opponent is. He's getting ready. RVD's music hits. Crowd goes insane. RVD comes from behind. He comes through the crowd. Gets up on the top turnbuckle. Basically blindsides Sting. Sting turns around in time to catch a foot right in the face as he ninja kicks him off the top rope like he does to everybody. You know that ninja kick that he does that it catches you on the side of the face? Hits that. Hits the Rolling Thunder. Scores the quickest pinfall on Sting I have ever seen. 1, 2, 3, boom. But it was one of those kind of pins that, the person that got pinned, they're not knocked out. They just couldn't kick out in time. Like Samoa Joe when he gets like the last time that he got pinned fast. I forgot who it was that did it to him. But it's like, boom, they get blindsided, they get shocked, they get surprised, and 1, 2, 3, and they kick out too late. So as soon as he got the pinfall and he went to celebrate, Sting got right up like nothing. And then Sting went and got him by the hair, beat him with the baseball bat, and just started beating him, bro. I'm talking about he sent him Irish whip to the ropes, back to the throat, back to the face, back to the back of the head. Just started beating on him, like, just saying. You could tell the way, and it was raw because as he was beating him, he was just stalking him. He would hit RVD with the bat, and RVD would fall back a couple feet away from him, and Sting would just be stalking towards him with the bat, just walking, looking at him, serious face the whole time. Not even saying anything. His face was doing all the talking. It was like, oh, you gonna disrespect me that? You gonna embarrass me like that on Monday night live on Impact? I'm gonna make you remember me. And he just started beating on him and beating on him and beating on him. And after he beat on him for a good minute or two, he left him in the ring and he started leaving the ring. And he was walking backwards towards the entrance ramp, just looking at the carnage that he just caused. And the referees are all around him. You know how they always are, like, come on, Sting, come on. And then all of a sudden, he just grabs one of the referees and pushes him to the floor, walks back to the ring, starts beating on RVD some more. He even lets RVD take a shot at him. He's like, come on, RVD goes to punch him. He blocks it, back to the face. He just keeps beating on him and beating on him. Then he leaves him in the ring again. And he's walking up the ramp again, and the referees are all around him. Then he knocks out all the referees with the bat. And he comes back again and starts beating on him again, and to the point where then Hogan comes out with a bandage on his head from the cuts that he had earlier in the match. Obviously ticked off because Sting beat him with the bat earlier too, and he's coming at Sting, and the referees and security are all trying to hold him back, and Sting's got this sadistic, like, I don't want to say it's a smile, but it's like this, like, come on, let him go, come on, bring him. He's telling Hogan, come on, and Hogan's like walking to the ring, and all security and everybody's holding him back. And as he's taunting Hogan to come to the ring, he's like, look what I'm gonna do. Boom, he hits RVD again with the bat, and he's just using RVD at this point like a rag doll, just like bait. You know what I'm saying? Just like hostage. Trying to get Hogan to come to the ring. He's hitting him, dropping him, hitting him and dropping him. So Hogan makes it to the apron, then Sting hits Hogan with the bat. Security and the referee catch Hogan, and then they're walking him back to the locker room because that one hit did it. And as Sting is watching him go get taken back to the locker room, he says, I'm not done. Goes through the ropes, goes at the referees, knocks out referees, securities, and then bashes Hogan one more time with the bat. And then he leaves. So Sting is out of control, man, and I, for one, am loving it. I've never seen him like this in the 20 years that he's been wrestling. Awesome. So Hogan's got to get tended to by security and EMTs and all that, and then that they go to commercial break. After that, Yeah, and so RBD's debut was a success in the sense that they got the fans popping and they got them all happy, but then they got erased when Sting, man, Sting just went crazy on him and on everybody else. After that, they come back from commercial break and we have Nash and Eric Young come to the ring. Which, by the way, I really like this team of Nash and Eric Young. They come to the ring and Nash starts talking about how Hogan has allowed for Hall 6-Pac to be in the Impact Zone only on one day, and that's in Destination X. Destination X, they're allowed to be in the building if they agree to a match with Eric Young and Kevin Nash. And so they make the invitation, they call them out, and then they go to commercial break because they take forever to the ring. When they come back from commercial break, you see Hall and 6-Pac coming into the ring, and they start having their promo back and forth, their conversation back and forth with Nash and Young. And Hall says something like, "You keep saying that Hogan is allowing us to be in the Impact Zone. In case you didn't see what Sting did to him, he ain't running the show," which I thought was hilarious. Then basically they agree to the match. Eric Bischoff shows up on the big screen and he's like, "This is the deal. If you agree to the match and you win, I'll get you those fat contracts you want. You lose, you leave." And they agree. And Nash and Hall shake hands. I see you at the pay-per-view. Eric Young extends his hand to 6-Pac. 6-Pac slaps the taste out of his mouth. And I'm talking, you could hear that sucker echo through the whole Impact Zone. That was real. Just bomb right in the face. That Eric Young and him start brawling. Eric Bischoff says, "You know what? I'm tired of paying security to keep you guys out of the Impact Zone. Right now, what I want security to do is keep Hall away from the ring and keep Nash away from the ring. And Eric Young, you got a license to kill, brother. Go." Match begins now. Boom. Eric Young and 6-Pac. Impromptu match right there. Real, of course, because it was a heated, just brawl type match, but really good action between these two. They work really well. The 6 can still go, man. I don't care what anybody says. I've said this before. I'll say it again. In jeans and a shirt, he can still go. He was doing spinning heel kicks. He was getting ready to do the Bronco Buster. Eric Young looked good as ever. Eric Young ends up getting the win with the power driver, so that was great. Can't wait for the match at the pay-per-view, the tag team match. After that, we have Kurt Angle shows up. No, we see the Army, the U.S. Army show up. And then Kurt Angle comes to the ring surrounded by the U.S. troops. And the ring is surrounded by troops. And then he cuts a promo on how, the troops are this and the troops are that. And these are the men and women that fight for us. And getting the fans behind him. And I was digging it. It was awesome. And he was telling Mr. Anderson, these are the guys that you spit on when you spit on that metal, whatever. And then Mr. Anderson interrupts his promo from a location that we don't know where it's at, on the big screen, talking about, "Oh, please, bro, stop your rambling and this and that." And as he starts insulting Angle, Angle runs out of the ring and runs right to that location. It was backstage where they do the interviews. Beat the crap out of Mr. Anderson, brought him to the ring. Mr. Anderson gets the upper hand by hitting Angle in the face with that metal, that Warriors metal that he took away from him, wrapped around his fist, knocked him out, and he's leaving the ring, and the U.S. Army cuts him off, won't let him. And they throw him back. They throw him back in the ring. Angle beats the crap out of him. Angle throws him out of the ring to each side where there's troops, and they all beat the crap out of him. They bring him back in the ring. Angle hits the Angle slam, and then he stands on top of him with the U.S. flag, and the troops hoist Angle up on their shoulders. Really good moment. Crowd loved it. It was great. After that, we have Earl Hebner is allowed. Earl Hebner is backstage with Hogan, and he's given a second chance to referee the main event tonight. From there, we have the AJ Flair versus Hogan and Abyss no disqualification match. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We have a Jeff Jarrett versus Beer Money handicap match. Something Eric Bischoff put him in, and no surprise, Beer Money wins there with a DWI. Then you have a segment backstage with Brooke Hogan crying because in front of Hogan and her dad because she's worried about him and this and that, whatever. He says that this is the last time he's going to step in the ring. I don't know. Then you have Flair and AJ versus Hogan and Abyss. Great match. Hardcore action back and forth. Hogan busted Ric Flair wide open, man. And then Hogan ended up busted open. Good action between Abyss and AJ, who are going to be wrestling for the title at Destination X. In the end, Hogan and Abyss get the win with a black hole slam. The Pope, Desmond Wolfe comes out and attacks Hogan and Abyss. The Pope comes out to help him, but Wolf, AJ, and Flair get the upper hand, and then Jeff Hardy makes his appearance and beats the hell out of everybody, saving Flair and Abyss. Gives a twist of fate to AJ, and then he goes up to the top rope for what looks to be a swanton bomb as they go off the air. So, amazing Impact. Can't wait to see what they're going to do next Monday. Yo, TNA is here, and it's for real. Let me know what y'all think. Please leave comments, subscribe. God bless.